Addicts. It's Joe with Black Box Silver and Bronze, and I'm here with a stack of 10 comics for Atlanta Comic Collector Geek's Friday Challenge. Clown covers. Let's check them out. Hey, Comic Addicts. It's Joe with Black Box Silver and Bronze, and today's challenge is to show clown covers, and that was a challenge, finding 10 in my PC. And I was trying to do it without including Joker, the clown prince of crime, but I had to. So I came up with 9, and I had to dig one out with the Joker on it to make 10. So I'm going to start with Joker.
Homie.
Number 10 is Batman number 36. And this is the new 52 Lego variant from January of 2015. And I thought that was kind of the most comical Joker I had. So I felt that best represented him as a clown. And I really like how they did these Lego busted out covers on the issue number 36 from this year. So if you look at almost all, if not all, of the titles in January 2015, issue 36 of each title had a Lego character on it, and they did a really good job on the DC versions. And the ones that I liked the best were the villains, and so this one I thought was really good. And then Sinestro from Sinestro number 36 was really good. And then on Superman 36 was Brainiac, and I thought those are all good, and I have all of them.
Homie.
Number 9, there is a clown on this cover. This is Chamber of Darkness number 8 from December of 1970. It's a Bernie Wrightson cover, and you could see there in the background is the clown. I was hoping to get comics that prominently featured clowns, but that was a bit of a challenge as well. And Chamber of Darkness later became Monsters on the Prowl with issue number 9. And this particular issue reprints stories from Tales to Astonish issues number 14 and 15, as well as Strange Tales number 90. And so the Chamber of Darkness Monsters on the Prowl run were reprints of the timely Atlas monster comics.
Homie.
All right, at number 8, we have a cover with a circus on it, and that's a good place to find a clown. And if you look, he's in the back there on stilts. This is issue number 2 of Tales of Evil. It's from Atlas Seaboard Comics. This is from April of 1975. And it's the second appearance of that character on the cover, the Bog Beast. And Atlas Comics, Atlas Seaboard, not to be confused with Atlas Timely, was created in the 70s to compete directly with Marvel. And the covers really looked a lot like Marvel Comics when they were next to them on the stand. But they didn't do too well, and most of these issues only ran 2 or 3 issues. This Tales of Evil, only ran 3 issues.
Homie.
Number 7 is Lois Lane, number 126. And this is from September of 1972. And it's got a clown prominently featured on the cover, Dingle the Clown. It's a very faded, dingy white cover, which is known to happen with these white covers. But the other cool thing about this is you can see the style of the 70s in the dress. Number 6, stepping it up with a clown that we all know, Ronald McDonald the Clown. Here's a Charlton comic. This is Ronald McDonald, issue number 4 from March of 1971. It was a 4-issue series. I had never heard of it until I found this in a dollar bin, and I'd love to find all of them. This was a comic for children that also had games inside, like puzzles and games that they could do as well. But what's the best thing about this comic is the back cover. There's Ronald McDonald. There's a clown there, Ronald McDonald clown. And that's really cool. The old style McDonald's that you see in the background there in the town that I grew up in, Fairlawn, New Jersey, We had one of those when I was growing up. It was one of the last ones of that style in the US, and it was really cool. Number 5 is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number 9 from December of 1971 by Gold Key, with a beautiful red cover and the Scooby-Doo gang battling it out with that creepy ghost there. Gold Key ran Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? For 16 issues. This particular issue was based upon the TV episode called Bedlam in the Big Top. And, you could pretty much predict two things when you're watching the Scooby-Doo shows. One, it's not really a villain. It's probably Old Man Jenkins. And two, the villain would have got away with it if it wasn't for the meddling kids. But in this particular story, the spoiler alert, the clown is not really a ghost clown. That's Harvey the hypnotist. And he's doing what he's doing because he's trying to get revenge on Mr. Barnstorm for firing him and sending him to jail. Number 4, who's another clown we've all heard of? Bozo the Clown. Number 4, who's another clown that we all know? How about Bozo the Clown? Here's Larry Harmon's Bozo in 3D. This is issue number 1, published by Blackthorn Publishing in the fall of 1987. It was a 3D comic that you needed those red and green glasses to view. And there were actually 2 issues in this series. There was a issue number 2 as well. I remember watching Bozo the Clown when I was a child. I didn't really like him that much. I thought he was kind of creepy. Homie. Number 3, finding clowns where? At the circus. How about at Archie's Circus? And who is the clown here? Well, if you look in the background, there's the clown in the red, white, and blue. And that's Big Ethel dressed up as a clown. This is from 1984, Spire Christian Comics. And the artwork is by Al Hartley, who did most of the Spire Christian Comics. Very colorful comic there. Homie. Number 2, we have another circus scene. This time it's in Strange Adventures number 205 from October of 1967. And you can see the clown there. And this is the first appearance of Deadman, aka Boston Brand, and that's a Carmen Infantino cover. And I'm so happy to have this comic in my collection. I really love this comic as a first appearance. It's a great first appearance with Deadman right on the cover, and the artwork itself is just great. And the storyline that follows along throughout these issues of Strange Adventures, trying to figure out this man down here with this claw hand who did this, it's pretty fun. Homie, don't play that. Number 1, my number 1 comic with clown on the cover is Circus Comics number 1. Now the clown is very tiny, but you could see the clown there looking up from the bottom, but there is a clown on the cover. But this is my number 1 comic. It's by DS Publishing. It's a Golden Age comic from 1948. It was the only issue in the series, but I've always loved this cover. I love the colors on it with the yellow masthead and then the greens and yellows on the trapeze artists. And you've got that trapeze break-in, that typical trope at carnivals when they're on the trapeze, that someone's rigged it to snap, or they shoot it or something like that. And there's actually something that's very cool about this comic that I don't think a lot of people know. And that is that the final story in here, called Riddle in the Sawdust, was done by none other than Frank Frazetta, and it's some of his earliest published work in comics, Riddle in the Sawdust. So Circus Comics number 1 by DS Publishing from 1948 with that tiny little clown is my number 1 clown comic. So I did it. I found 10 clown comics. I can't believe it. I was a little thrown off because I thought we were still going to be doing colors. We went through all these different colors, and I had purple covers and orange covers and pink covers and blue covers that we still didn't cover. But I did it. I hope you enjoyed that, Comic Addicts, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.